Actually, it's a lot of sacrifice for them to join us. I have someone speaking to us from the US. The time is around 2 a.m. there now. I have someone speaking from Australia. I think it's evening time. Someone is speaking from Malaysia. It's afternoon. So everyone is on different timelines and on different programs, but they are making this effort to join us this afternoon. We have one of the speakers who is unable to make it today because right now he's about to start an exam. So he would have loved to be here, but he couldn't make it because of his exam. So maybe another time, maybe next webinar, we'll have him speaking to us. So we have 3 guests who will be speaking to us and addressing some of the questions that we're always getting asked. I still remember that last webinar, I still got many of those questions. But in our effort to continue to support the dreams of all of our many clients, we try to seek out useful information that can help you in your journey to fulfillment. And that's why we're here this afternoon. I'm just going to share briefly what the program is going to look like, then we will move on. This is our outline for the program this afternoon. So I'm just going to, I think I've already started the introduction if I've not completed it. And then I'm going to just make a few announcements. Then we'll go straight on to the student testimonies from USA, Malaysia, and Australia. They'll be talking about scholarships, other types of funding that people can access, work and study options, and self-employment options. Then I'm just going to round up by talking about the ARUS admission process briefly for those who may have questions on that. And then we will from there move on to other things for the day. I know you all have different programs for the day. So who we are, I think I want to assume that everyone on the call knows who ARO is. So we are your international education partners, and we are supporters of your study abroad dreams. And that's just, I think, what we've been doing. And that's what is bringing us together here again today. This is what we do, just to put it concisely. Of course, we do more than that, but we provide guidance and counseling for our students, personalized support in the sense that we know that everyone has a different case. So we try to personalize it for you. We try to look at your specific case and advise based on that, guide you based on that. And then we do academic counseling and career counseling. The difference being that, okay, before you go in, what program should you be focusing on based on your personal situation or the country of study that you want to go into? How can you factor that into your future career so that you don't make a mistake? And then we also do research consulting for students who are interested in pursuing either research masters or PhD research. We do research consulting, we provide admission processing, visa support, and then fund security is added there for you to know that you have nothing to fear. Because I think I've had several cases where students will tell me, so how can I be sure that you are for real? That because people have gone through so much in this field. And so the only thing I can tell you is, if you're looking for 100% security, okay, you have it here. And then we also go beyond admission for all our students. That's one of the things that differentiate us from other study abroad service providers. We don't just help you process visa and maybe get admission. We support you through the entire process. We support you through your travel plans, through your travel, through even when you land in your study destination. We have also supported our students who have had problems. After they have registered and started their programs, they got into trouble and they needed support. We do that. So our support for our students is right from the moment you are thinking about traveling until, I think, forever. We always call our students our family members, because at the end of the day, that's what they become. And then all of those goes into what I'll call the exceptional value-added services that we provide. And finally, we provide support for minors, because for many African countries, we have students who come in who are less than 18. So for such students, we try to be there for them because their parents couldn't be, they are thousands of kilometers away. So we try to be there for them. And we have that network across the world, and we leverage that for whichever country our students are going into. Okay, we move on to the next slide. So today on the webinar, we are going to be having the sharing time with three individuals. Solomon is the one at the top there. He's already on the call. You might see him on the call. He is speaking to us from Australia, and he was a former student in Malaysia. He did his master's degree in Malaysia, and now he is in Australia for his PhD program. And then we have Priscilla, who is also an undergraduate student from the US. So she's going to be from the US. And then we have Rachel Ifeoluwa. She's speaking to us from Malaysia. She's a PhD scholar, and she is also what I would call an entrepreneur. So she's going to be speaking to us about self-employment as a student, how you can leverage self-employment to support yourself, because that's what she's doing. And she's going to be sharing her experience with us. So I'm Dr. Bosede Edwards, always your host on this program, and we're going to still be together for this session. Okay, brief announcement. I think I announced that during the last seminar as well. In June this year, we're going to be having a special session of education fair in Nigeria. We're going to be coming with several universities to Abuja and Lagos. And Abuja is going to be on the 15th of June and Lagos on the 17th of June. So if you are anywhere around there and you want to be part of the webinar, of the Edu Fair, please register and join us at the fair. We will have a lot of opportunities because one, you're going to be able to meet the universities one-on-one. You're going to be able to discuss with them, ask all the questions that you've been wanting to ask. And apart from that, we have already discussed with the universities that are coming to be ready to give you on-the-spot admission letters. So for those who are about to write their WAEC, or who just wrote their WAEC and are waiting for results, you can use this opportunity to get your offer letter against September intake. So you can take advantage of that. They are going to be there, and I will play that later on. And then more announcements here about, I've just talked about that program right now. We are covering bachelor's, master's, and PhD, as well as professional courses. So if you are there and you are saying, I'm not interested in any one of the degree programs, then maybe you want to develop yourself professionally, you're also covered. And then during the next webinar, we're going to be having sharing times with professors and professionals from different fields. I promised us that last year, but we were unable to because of a number of factors that prevented that from happening. But we're going back to that now, and I will say for parents on the call, please encourage your children to be part of this. A lot of times, students just make decisions based on what they think is good, or maybe based on names. I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be this and that, because they believe that it's prestigious. But we are living in a world that is totally different from the days of our parents. Getting a prestigious title does not guarantee anything. You want to be able to study, and after your study, be able to get employment. That's the focus. So we're going to be having people from different fields speaking to us about different professions, so that our students can learn to make informed decisions about their study abroad. And then we're also going to be bringing more speakers who will speak on fundings and scholarships. And we are already making more effort on supporting our students with scholarship information. And you're going to be receiving some links shared with you just now on the, I think in the chat box, you'll get the links for some of the scholarships that we already curated for you. They are all open at the moment. So if you are qualified, you can always apply. Parent testimonials will also be part of the things that we are going to be walking through during the next set of webinars that we're going to be having. We'll bring parents that we have worked with, parents of our students, to talk to you, so that as a parent, if you want to hear from someone like you, they are going to be able to speak to you, and they can share with you how we have worked together with them, so that your mind can be at peace that you are in the right hands. And then more announcements there. Intakes that are currently open: September 2023, January 2024, April and May, and September 2024. It might surprise you that some universities are already filled up for 2024. So if you want to go to such a university right now, you will only be able to apply for 2025. So what that means for you is, if you want to study abroad, start early. Don't wait until you have everything. Start on time, so that even if you, let's say you want to go to a university, usually Canadian universities are like this, many of the top universities there. So let's say you want to go to one of those universities and the seat is already filled up for September 2024. It means that the only thing that is open right now is January 2025. And if you don't apply now, you will still miss that. So start early, start now. Even if you get an offer and you are not completely ready to go, maybe you still need a little more time to prepare, you can always make a deferment and secure that seat against when you will be ready. And so on the right hand side of my screen, you'll see open scholarships and postdocs. So for those who have been asking me about postdoctoral fellowships, yes, they are there. NTU Singapore Presidential Postdoc Fellowship is there. And then you have the HFSP program in, I think that's Switzerland or so. And then you have the Zurich Postdoctoral Fellowship as well. There is a Youth Leader UNFPA scholarship there for Ghanaian students. So if you have anyone from Ghana on the call, that's a scholarship that you can explore. It's fully funded, but it's about to close. I mean, application is about to close on 30th of this month. So you need to be fast. The MSCA Postdoctoral Fellowship is also there for anyone working in the field of digital technology or any interdisciplinary field. What that means is, whichever field you are in, as long as you can link it up with technology in one way or the other, you are free to apply for this scholarship. Rachel Ifeoluwa, I'm still looking for her so I can pin her video here. Ife, can you please? Okay, yeah. So Ife is here. She is a PhD scholar in Malaysia, and I call her an entrepreneur as well. She is someone who has challenged many students. She has shown us what is possible, and that's why I've asked her to, since we've had people who shared with us from other parts of the world, and then I've asked her to also share with us about her program and what she's doing for Survivor.
Have the saloons here, the barbing saloons here, most of them cannot do it. You can take that up and start barbing for your colleagues, start barbing for people here who are Africans, and get your money from it. You can also do tailoring. A lot of us want to still rock our Nigeria attire, our native and all. You can get that skill and come and use it outside the country. Sewing for people, you can buy machines here and start making sewing. And one of the good thing about entrepreneur is that you work at your own time. Nobody is stressing you. You tell the customer, okay, this is when I can deliver your clothes to you. You can also do marketing. Like I have some few of my church members also. What they do is selling Nigerian stuff. Like I said, it's very hard getting food stuff. So most of the things you get, you have to maybe import them and bring them into Malaysia. So what they do is to sell things that we cannot find here, like crayfish, like amala, gari, all those things. So they get their own. They add whatever they the price they get from it, from buying it, they add their own gain and they sell it to people. People who are looking forward to Nigeria food definitely want to buy it. And also you can do graphic designs. A lot of people want to maybe design like this Zoom program. A lot of people want to design a lecture. They could call you, can you design for me? You can design so many things for people, for a program or something, and get your money out of it. You can go into tech if you are really good, maybe in that aspect of tech, in coding, photography, taking very nice pictures. You can edit it, and then you get paid for it. You can also do proofreading. I have a friend of mine who does that. She's not even in Malaysia, and that's how she makes her money. She does proofreading. All she does is maybe help people. Some people are so tired they can't really do their research work themselves, and all they do is to help them check. Okay, is your work properly done? Check if the English is properly used in the right tense or so, and they get paid for it. And there are so many jobs online now offering this proofreading too that you can check on online. So you just have to find a way for yourself. I know it can be very stressful staying outside your own country. You just need to prepare your mind for it, but you need to just find a way out of it to survive. And this is my own way, cooking for people, offering them catering service. That has majorly been my way so far in Malaysia. And I want to thank God because it's really been helping. So I think I've covered. I don't know if mommy still has any further questions for me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you opening up on that for us. And I want to hope and believe that parents on the call are listening, and you can advise our young people to prepare ahead before they come. She is in Malaysia. She's speaking from Malaysia, and the policy here is totally different from places like Australia and Canada, where there are policy-supported student work. Malaysia does not have that. Malaysia does not actually allow you, so to say, to have a job. Although people do find, but sometimes because the community knows that they are not sure that you are permitted to work. So when you go to them, they don't want to get into trouble. Now, the unfortunate thing there will be that because we are totally different from every other group of people, the moment you show up anywhere, they know you are not one of them. Now, so let's assume that you are an international student and you have an Arab student who is also an international student. When an Arab student walks into a place within the local community, it's going to take some time and some, let me say, skill to be able to identify that this person is not local. But if I show up, if he first shows up, immediately everyone knows that you are a stranger. So, and that scares the locals. Sometimes because of that, they don't want to have anything to do with giving you a job. So getting a job becomes like almost impossible. And it becomes a lot of pressure on parents who have to, like what she said, when you convert today, ringgit to a naira rate is about 175, 170 thereabout. So no matter how much you're converting, it becomes really useless by the time you get here. And that's a lot of stress on parents back home. So if there is anything you can do to help yourself out here, that is something you should do. And there is something that she said that I will want to say something about whether you are male or female. For me, I always tell everyone, it doesn't matter whether you are male or female. Whatever you think you know how to do, go for it. Actually, you sell better as a male if you are in the female field.
Yeah.
I still remember growing up, our tailor used to be a man, and people just flocked to him because he was different. And when you see a restaurant that is run by a man, many times, locally for us, people tend to get curious. They want to see what the person is able to do. So if it's something that's a skill that you can pick up from home. Parents are cooking, mother is cooking, or let me say family is cooking. You can pick up a cooking skill from there, and that can be something that sustains you outside the country. Like she said, she cooks for everyone. She actually catered to our Christmas party last year. Last year, December, she handled our Christmas party, and everyone from time to time, because there are so many Africans, there are so many Nigerians in our community here. So it's something that she was able to do. And I remember that the last time my husband got a cut, we had to travel all the way, about 30 kilometers away, for him to go get a cut. And he has not been able to go again since then. And the charges, when you convert it to Naira or your local currency in Africa, it becomes a huge amount, so to say. So these are all little things that you don't need to own a shop. Like, she cooks in her home. She cooks right in her kitchen and does everything. And she doesn't even need to travel. So when she was talking and she said she cooks for people and delivers to them, all she needs to do is finish the cooking, put the food in a car, the car delivers straight to the person that needs it. You don't need to be there. You don't need to go with the food. So this is, but it all takes preparation. It takes determination. Like she said, she didn't prepare from home to come to cook. But when she got here, she saw the need and she decided to hone her skills. These are things that we can do, and people can actually prepare for that before they leave their homes. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. Let's take one or two questions if anybody has. Does anyone have any question for her?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Go ahead.
My question is, for your PhD program, like, how much is the school fee? And is there a scholarship available in Malaysia?
Okay. Mommy, should I?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, yeah, for my PhD program, I think for your first year, you have to pay a lot. But Malaysia fees is actually very affordable compared to other countries like UK and Canada, despite the exchange rate. So for my first semester when I did my PhD, I think roughly about 1.6. So we pay every semester. So the following semester, maybe it drops down to maybe about 1.3, 1.4. So, and usually every semester they give a 2,000 RM scholarship. This is about the equivalent of, let me say 500 RM now. Mommy, if I'm right, or should it be more? Yeah, maybe more than that though. So, but within that range, so you get full scholarship. You get that tuition waiver from your fees, but it must also be like the previous speaker spoke. It must be banked on your hard work. You need to show a proof of maybe you published the work or something. So you might be able to get the first year for the first semester, but consequently they expect, okay, you need to show them this is what you did when you collected the last one, maybe publish a work or something. So they give it every semester till your 6th semester.
Okay. So there is scholarship, that's what she's saying, for PhD students, not for bachelor students. For PhD students, because they are contributing to knowledge, they are publishing research. So you get a kind of 50% tuition discount, and it's applied directly to your tuition. I think if I still remember well, I think for now, the first semester is higher because you have to pay some fees that are admin fees, which is like once, then you pay some refundable deposits. That's what makes it higher. But starting from, because I think your full tuition for 1 year is about 13,000 ringgit, 13 to 14,000 ringgit, and that will take it down to about 7,000 per semester. 7,000 per semester ordinarily would have been about 700,000 naira. But because naira has fallen to black market and you can't get the official rate, you end up paying about double that price. So still, it's still going to be like about 1.2, 1.3 million per semester. But if you are able to pay through CBN, which is possible, it's very, very possible. We can talk about that if you get an offer. If you're able to pay through CBN, it's going to be less than 1 million naira per semester, or let's just say 1.5 million per year. And you can actually pay on monthly basis because you are expected only to fulfill the payment before the next one is due. So if you are not owing for last semester, you are permitted to register for this semester, and you can pay your fee over the period of the semester. So it's a lot easy to cope with. Any other question, please?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Okay. So go ahead, please.
Yes. Sorry, I have some contribution to make again.
Okay.
I did my master in Malaysia at USM precisely.
Okay.
So during the period of the stay, there is this wear business. So we normally buy Vinci shoes and all these fabrics. So you can send them down to Nigeria and you can make business and you earn a living. And additionally, Malaysia, they do offer Malaysian International Scholarship,
Yes.
of which Nigerians are also eligible to apply for the Malaysian International Scholarship. And in my university, USM to be precise, we do have the USM Fellowship, which is a form of scholarship. The requirement is if you do masters by research, at least you should have one published article. And if you do masters maybe by just coursework, so you need a CGPA of a minimum of 3.2 out of 4. So the scholarship is for the PhD is 3,100 ringgit per month for the first year, and 3,200 ringgit for the second year every month, and 3,300 ringgit for the third year. So this is obtainable at University of Science Malaysia. I don't know if it is obtained in other institutions, but however, one can be able to apply for the Malaysian International Scholarship, which at least can sustain one for staying there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Malaysian International Scholarship is a full scholarship, but unfortunately, a few years back, Nigeria was removed from the list of countries that can benefit. But I don't know if they have restored Nigeria back now. We can check on that and we'll let you know if it's back. So there are actually opportunities that people can take advantage of, but it requires hard work. I think that's all I can say about that. Okay, I think somebody was trying to ask a question earlier. Thank you very much for that contribution, sir. Any other question? Please just go ahead and ask. Okay. So I'm assuming there is no more question. And so thank you very much for your time. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for sharing your experience. And I want to believe that people are learning, people are gaining something from there. So we will be rounding up now. If there are any questions that have not been addressed, maybe, sharing time over. So I just want to remind us again of this ARROS admission process I mentioned earlier as we close. I just want to remind us. So these are important documents that are required if you are applying, if you want to apply, you want to do study abroad. Your international passport is a must. Academic certificates are a must. Your official transcripts are a must. You need your CV, a research proposal if you are studying research, either master's research or PhD. And sometimes you may need proof of work experience if you have been away from the class for too long. For example, you want to do a master's degree, and for the past 6 years, you have graduated from your bachelor's program. Or you want to do a PhD degree, and 10 years ago was when you had your master's. So these are all things that may require you to provide proof of work experience to explain the reason for the gap in your study. So if you're ready to start the journey, this is just the simple process. Go on to arrostransactions.com. When you get there, you're going to see the Admission Services tab. When you click on it, you see a form there. You can complete the form. And when you submit it, we are going to get all your documents at our end. We will evaluate your credentials to see if you are qualified for what you intend to study. If you are not qualified, we're going to advise you on what other options you have. And then we expect you to make a security deposit of 100 USD if you are studying in Australia, Canada or the US or UK. It's going to be part of your processing fee eventually, but we want you to commit to the process so that you don't waste our time. Then you will receive recommendations of schools from us. We will usually present you like 2 or 3 or 4, sometimes more than that. Then you can choose whichever one you like. You can pay our service charge or the deposit if it's applicable, and then you can apply. And then when your offer comes, you can choose. You can get multiple offers, and then you can choose whichever one you prefer. If the school requires you to pay a tuition deposit, you pay. If it doesn't, then no problem. Then you can apply for visa. We process or support you to process your visa. When your visa is approved, you arrange board, accommodation, and all that, and reception, buy your ticket, and then you travel. And through all of this, we are with you. We are with you throughout. So how our system works, I just try to explain here briefly on the right-hand side. We have an admission system where when you submit this form that I said you can fill online, we input all your data into the system together with the country you are interested in, or if you have a specific university you are interested in, and all the qualifications that you have, and we filter it based on your budget. So what that means is you can tell us that, see, I don't want any university that is more than $10,000. I don't want any university that is more than $3,000, that kind of a thing. Then maybe the application fee, you can use a number of factors to filter, and then the result that comes out is customized to you. So that's how it works. And if you're ready to start, please just feel very free. Go online to arrowstransactions.com, fill the form, and just chat up with the office on WhatsApp. I think everyone, you can have the WhatsApp number will be shared just now on the in the chat, in the Zoom chat. So Arrows, please help us to put the WhatsApp number there in case anybody does not have the number. And this to remind us upcoming events in Nigeria in June again. And for parents on the call or entrepreneurs on the call, maybe you have a school, you have students in SS2 and SS3, and you would like us to pay you a visit when we come, please get in touch with us. We will surely do that. And if you want to bring your students together as a group to the Edu Fair, we can also arrange for that. So just be in touch with us. And then these are all opportunities that you're going to see. You're going to be able to benefit from during the program. I left a note there at the bottom of the screen. I know that we have people on the call that are not from Nigeria, people joining from Ghana, from other parts of Africa. So if you need an invitation or a visa to come to attend this event, please let us know, and we're going to arrange one for you. And don't forget, our next webinar will also be sharing times with some professors and professionals from different fields. We're going to have more students share about funding in their institutions. We're going to see if we can get someone in from Canada and from the UK. I want to also let you know that it's not everyone that wants to come online. It's not everyone that wants to show their faces on videos. So it's not always easy to get people who wants to come. Someone asked the other time if we are going to make the video of the webinar available. We are going to make some part of it available, but we have had some people requested not to show them, not to put them online. And we are going to respect their request and their decision. So for those who don't mind going online, you will be able to access those, but so that's how it's going to be. And then I think we're going to also have 1 or 2 parents talk to us during the next webinar if we are able to get someone who will be interested in speaking. So thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for being part of the webinar. If anyone has any question or anything specific to discuss, I'll be available on Arrow's line. That's +60112174830 on WhatsApp. I'll be available for the next 1 hour. So if you need us to talk, we can talk. I'm not sure if there is a breakout room. Let me see. Let me check. If there is a breakout room, I might be there for some time so that if anybody wants to speak, we can meet there to talk so that you are not talking to the entire world. I can't see a breakout room, so that will mean you can call. You can call if you want to talk. Within the next 1 hour, I will have access to that line and I'll be able to discuss with you. But if not, or anytime, always call on the line. There will always be someone there who can attend to your questions. And sometimes I may also be there to attend to your questions. So thank you very much once again. If anyone has any question, I can still take. So thank you very much, everyone. And I'll see you during the next webinar. Thank you to all our speakers. We appreciate your time and your sharing. I'll be here to take any calls if anybody has something to discuss briefly. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend.